Welcome everyone to our special Count GPS webinar today. My name is Timothy Munro. I'm a Director and Founder of Count GPS. It's nice to have our firms along, and we're looking today at practice management. Now, let's get straight into it. As most of you are aware, with Count GPS, I'm just going to go to our screen here which shows what the new Count GPS will look like. It's currently a website with information that you use to run your business and online documents and client wizards and things like that. And if you haven't had a close look at the Count GPS content, Harvey Penny, our sales manager here, will be able to take you through that. And you'll see just how useful that is for your firm, with the whole thought of driving up the average hourly rate of your firm as a whole, including your admin team. And that's something that's incredibly powerful. Today, however, we're going to focus on practice management issues. From end of June, probably mid-end of June, Count GPS will be released in a format like this. So you'll see within a browser, within an internet browser, you'll have the Count GPS content. And I'll just go to the second page with that. So you can see there's our client services screen. You click on those various tiles and it goes into our Count GPS content. But on the left-hand side, you've got your client contacts. You've also got a practice management tab. And so if you decide to subscribe for the practice management software, we're using, and we work to put this together with Eclipse. So you would have seen and heard about Eclipse practice management software. That's going to be built into Count GPS, but with some beautiful Count GPS tweaks to make it even better than what it currently is. If your financial planning firm use Xplan, it says Voyager there, but that's Count's version of Xplan. We'll be able to link the client database, and I'll go through that very soon as well. If you've got an Eclipse website, you can link through that one and start using your one database to send out emails and everything from there. So it's just a fantastic overall solution. Now, can I just go back for a step and explain why we're doing this? And by the way, if you have any questions, please type them into the questions on the right-hand side and we'll try to answer them. If they're in depth and we don't have a chance to go through it today, please contact us straight after this webinar and we'll be able to go through and explain things as well as we can. Now, my accounting firm, Specialised Business Solutions, we've been using Eclipse Practice Manager for the last 2 years. Eclipse Practice Manager is the only web-based, the only cloud practice management system available in Australia. So none of the others, Handysoft, APS, MyOb, have even got any plans that we understand to move to web-based software. So as an accounting firm owner, and this is, I suppose, where the big difference with Count GPS is, because I'm running an accounting firm and know the issues that we face on a day-to-day basis, it means that what we push out in Count GPS is proven and works. And there's a lot of consultants in the accounting industry that say you should do this and you should do that. One of the worst things I've ever heard is a certain consultant saying get rid of timesheets or use a charge-out rate of $1 an hour and just value price everything. I just spoke to a couple of firms last week and they've basically said that has crippled a number of firms and they've all gone back to using proper timesheets. So it just shows that a lot of people have got ideas that they think are good, but it just doesn't work in reality. And if you want to chat about that with me separately, give me a ring. I'd love to chat to you about it because I love running an accounting business, and just we don't use timesheets to charge unless it's a do and charge job, but we use them to make certain that internally we are meeting our mark and we don't have any write-offs. And we've had 15% write-ons for about the last 10 years at Specialised Business Solutions. And I'll show you the way that you can use the Eclipse Practice Manager very soon to do that in your firm. So what we want and what we've listed out in the webinar information for today is, number one, we believe very strongly that if you're going to look at making any changes to the software that you use for your accounting firm or the hardware, within the next 12 months, you need to be able to say, in 12 months' time, that every piece of software you use can be accessed via an iPad. So we're going to be pushing out iPads to everyone in our accounting firm, and that way you can go and see clients, sit down in meetings with them, use the software in front of it. We're still using desktop computers with dual screens, and in fact, the end of May, I'll have my new accounting firm called Change, Accountants and Advisors, set up, and anyone can come up. We invite you to come up, spend a day with us in Brisbane and visit it and see all this web software in action, and that way you can see for yourself just how great it is and how it works within an accounting firm. So talk to Harvey separately if you'd like to book in for that. But we believe that what you need to be able to do is have it that if you take on a new team member, you plug in a new computer to the internet, and that's it. And all of a sudden, through the browser, they'll have access, once you give them a log-on code, to all of this. In 12 months' time, Eclipse will have web-based tax software. So there'll be a tax returns tab down the bottom there, and they'll all link into the same client database. So you've got the one database that does your practice management, links to Xplan, does your tax returns, that sort of thing. And we're big promoters of Xero for accounting, and so we'll be able to jump straight into using Xero for web-based accounting, and there won't be a need to have any software on your server. There won't be a need to have expensive terminal server. 2 years ago, we've got 24 users at Specialised Business Solutions. We switched to terminal server, cost us 60 or 70 grand for the computers and the servers and the engineering, and we've got a contract with an IT company which we've outsourced our IT support, probably paying $4 grand a month. By the end of this year, well, for the new business I'm setting up, we've only got a very small server. There's only going to be 2 or 3 programs on the server. Moab Accountant's Office will be one, BGL CAS for doing corporate work will be another, and document management through Eclipse will be another one. But by the end of the year, we're going to have almost everything in the cloud, including document management. Pardon me. So the first thing I think is don't upgrade your servers, don't sign up to terminal server, don't enter into a long fixed price IT support contract. It's not needed. When Office 365 comes out in the middle of this year, you can then purchase Microsoft Outlook, and the Exchange server that runs in the background will run in the cloud. So you can give to all your team members, running from their desktop, the latest versions of all the Microsoft desktop software, including Word, Excel, Outlook, PowerPoint, the whole lot, and Microsoft manages for you in the cloud, and that costs $24 per user per month. So if you've got 20 people working in your firm, that's $500 a month or whatever it might be, as opposed to $4 grand a month that we're currently paying. It is just incredibly cheap, and it works. It's got better uptime than the server that we might have. The terminal server goes down. It's fast, and you get the latest versions of all the Microsoft software as soon as they're released. That is a game changer, because then with all that Microsoft stuff online, then the rest of the accounting software can go online. Included in that $24 a month is Microsoft SharePoint 2010. And what that does, that is a platform that you can use for your document management. And we'll have a template that we'll be able to share with you, and you'll have to pay a Microsoft certified supplier to customize for your firm. But you can then use that for your document management. We'll link in Account GPS, and then when you're away from the office, you can access any client document via an iPad. And we just think that that's the absolute way to go. So we've got a thing called a cloud plan, which is a very brief document that lists out where we see, based on proven results at Specialised Business Solutions, where you can roll out cloud-based services for your firm in the next 12 months. Now, if you want a copy of that, just send us an email straight away to info@countgps.com.au and just say, please send me a cloud plan. We'll shoot that out to you, and then Harvey and myself will follow you up. If you've got any questions, we're here to help. Why are we doing this? Well, we want Count GPS to be a platform used by as many accountants as possible, because the more they're using it, the more we can put into R&D to keep making it better. And we think that compared with other content providers out there, it leaves them for dead. And with the plug-in for the practice management, tax in 12 months, and everything else, you'll have on your one screen within the browser everything you need for your business. So we're really, really excited about this. Okay, so let's have a look at the software, the practice management software. I'm going to go now to our demo version of the software. Now, this is just the practice management. It's in the standard Eclipse colors. It's going to be built into GPS by middle of June. So it'll look and feel the exact same way here, but there will be some quite significant additions to it. Let's see how it works. Why it's different to other practice management software. We've used Handyman in the past. We've used Moab Accountant's Office and all the rest of it. Number one, it's web-based, so you can access this. If you're at home and you're running your accounting firm, you want to see how everybody's going, you can open up your computer at home, pour out a nice glass of Shiraz, and sit down and just check out how things are going. Now, that's what I do. I don't have time during the day to check it all out, but when you go home, you can do that. If you don't want to do that, fine, but at least you can do that. And you'll see the first screen is a dashboard, and this shows your, this is only for the partners in your firm, and you can have as many different user logons and different security levels, so your team members can't see this, but you or the managers in your firm can. Looking at WIP per partner, the annual revenue, overdue jobs, work in progress jobs, very good overview, and you can drill down into any one of those. Now, let me just run through what I see as some of the absolute really important parts of this software. Oh, by the way, I'll just have a quick look at the contacts side. And you can see that the contacts you can have listed out in there as contacts. You can also add in prospects, and you can also add in suppliers. So if you've got some people that are prospects that you don't want to clutter up your database for, but you can put on there so you can email out to them, you can separate them there. So let's have a look at the client database, and I'll just load one up. Client database is very easy to use. To add them, you just click on Add Contact. You can merge contacts, you can view data transactions, you can add relationships, mum and dad, group them with companies, all the rest of it. So that's what the contact screen looks like. There's nothing too special about it, but it just works. There's another view of the same screen, and you can see what jobs and are allocated to them. You can put notes, so you can put a very important note under here in the description. Now, make certain this client plays up front, and you can have recurring notes come back for clients as well. So this is the data that will synchronize with Xplan. So when you use the Count GPS version of Practice Manager, that's the only version that synchronizes with Xplan. So all this client contact data will be pushed down and synchronized with Xplan. That means that you can start to have one database through an accounting firm that has financial planning as well as accounting. And we see that as the key. You can't have a financial planning division. See, that word division shows that they're divided, they're not together. You need to run everything for your accounting firm from practice management software and set up the jobs and monitor everything for your financial planning side. But this allows you to push out any address changes and things like that, so you're just maintaining the one database, and that's going to give you huge efficiency straight away. Now, when you open up most practice management software, it comes up with a list of clients. It comes up like this. I'll just load this up again for you. List of clients. However, Eclipse have taken a different approach. So when your team members, each of your accountants, open up Practice Manager, it will now come up for them a list of jobs. And this is the partners version, so they'll see all the jobs that are coming up. But when you set up a job, and I'll do that in a moment, and you allocate it to an individual, all they will get on their screen is the jobs allocated to them. So you can see what the budget might be, what the target date, and all that sort of thing, and you can see at what stage the jobs are on, but also how many days out the jobs are due. And this makes it fantastic for planning what needs to be done.